Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here. It's Sunday the 24th of February. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. As always, the site's kept free of charge by the adverts you're seeing around the screen and by you coming back and using the site and using the charts. That's what keeps us free of charge. Now, apologies for my appearance this morning, just back from the gym, so looking a bit rough, need to get a shower. But before I do that, I thought I'd just bring you up to date on what's going on in terms of the models, in terms of the charts and where we think the weather's going to head over the coming days. It's been a cold one, hasn't it? And looks as if it is going to be staying on the cool side, but I think the worst of the cold weather is probably now done. This is the GFS ensemble for the next 15 days, taking us through now to the 12th of March. And you can see we've got this cold spell in here just at the moment, but look, this gradual rise in temperature taking place. Although it's kind of flattening off, we're still cool, we're still hanging there at around 8 degrees. That's the chart there for London. This is the chart for Glasgow, and you can see that Glasgow not suffering quite so much, Scotland not suffering quite so much from the cold weather that's been affecting the south and east over the last few days. We see a rise in temperature during this week, but then it comes off again around about the 3rd of March, and then we hover around about the 5-degree mark. This is quite a crucial period in here in the early part of next week. We've been talking about it going cooler next week, but now it looks as if the cold snap is mainly affecting northern and eastern areas, not so much down towards the south and towards the west. So what's going on? Well, this is the 7 to 10 day mean of the 500 millibar flow from the ECMWF on the left and from the GFS on the right, and these are the charts from next Sunday through to Wednesday the 6th, and it's the mean of that 500 millibar flow, and both quite similar. Look, the screaming jet coming across the Atlantic here, you can see on both sets of charts there, above normal heights though here across the northern parts of the states, and then this kind of calmer shape that's affecting northern parts of Russia and parts of Scandinavia. All of that setting us up into a rather cool flow. The question is, what happens once we get past the 6th, 7th of the month? Does it turn more unsettled? Well, at the moment my feeling is that with this jet screaming through so strongly, this is going to be maintained through here. Probably what we'll find is with this flow kind of coming across northern parts of the states into Greenland, this is just going to feed all the time down into this sort of area here, and will lower the heights. Now what that will mean is that it can strengthen and accentuate a trough in here, which means that we find the ridge building back through here, and that effectively means that we maintain high pressure somewhere close to the north of the UK. We get a northeasterly flow, although excuse me, what we could find is the jet coming back a little bit further north, which brings more unsettled conditions and some outbreaks of rain to more southern parts of the country during the period after about the 7th of the month. And what's interesting is the ensemble has constantly done this, but you have to be aware with the GFS ensemble, it does try to always bring back in these southwesterlies, but you can see here, look, these green bars here, they are rainfall, and you can see here it tries to pick it up from about the 6th onwards. So there's this kind of hint that the far south of the country, this is the southern third of the country probably, so southern England, sort of from the Midlands southwards, may see some outbreaks of rain during this period. So it's something we've got to keep a careful watch on, particularly if rain is something that concerns you. For the north, I think we're just stuck in dry weather. I think Scotland and northern England are probably going to be dry weather, but it's down to the south that we're focusing attention just at the moment. So this is the detail then for the next few days. This is now 6 o'clock this morning. Here's our area of high pressure in here. Look, we've got this northeasterly flow. That's bringing 1 to 2 snow flurries through the course of today. That high stays in position through the course of tonight and into Monday as well. So I think still some fairly cloudy conditions across much of England, eastern Wales tomorrow, feeling quite cold. I think a little bit warmer than it has been though, so probably not so much snow, I think more sleet or drizzle, but rather damp nonetheless. Some fog for Scotland and Northern Ireland, that will clear away quite quickly, and then into Tuesday we'll find very similar conditions, really cool across the south, some outbreaks of drizzle for England and Wales, not much but just drizzly outbreaks, really annoying more than anything else. Scotland and Ireland generally dry. And then into the middle part of the week, well, Wednesday the high pressure is still with us, still got cloud and some spots drizzle towards the east and the south, but emphasis is certainly on dry weather. A little bit of rain just coming into the northwestern parts of Scotland. And then into the back end of the week, well, Thursday sees high pressure still there, but you notice still this northeasterly flow across southern and eastern parts of England, bringing some outbreaks of rain there. And then into the weekend, well, this is Friday the 1st, we find outbreaks of rain coming into the north. And just notice, look, this change to this north to northwesterly coming into northern Scotland. That's cold air pushing southwards, and here's the front, look, on Saturday. There it is through here. This is a cold front that's going to be moving its way southwards. Ooh, triangle. That's going to be moving its way southwards during Saturday. Behind it here, we've got the colder air coming south, but that kind of slips away. Oh, can't show you that one. That kind of slips away off towards the east during Sunday, and the high builds back in. So it's probably only going to be Scotland and sort of these eastern parts of England that catch perhaps some snow showers next Saturday into Sunday. But then the high will be building back in from the west, and I think that really takes us into a cool but drier Sunday. Now these are total rainfall figures. This is ending at 6 o'clock on the 2nd of March. So this takes us up to next Saturday. And you can see that most of any rainfall again across these eastern coasts of the country, 5 to 6 millimetres. Not huge amounts, but it's there anyway. And if we just run through, let's just take you back to the beginning of these. You'll see that most of that, if we just go backwards to now, there we go. You'll see most of that is occurring during the course of tomorrow and into the early part of Tuesday too, but probably overdone a little bit. But I think you need to be working on those sort of figures, but nonetheless much drier than it has been recently. And just to show you, this is how the ensemble sees things. This is the forecast total rainfall for day 1 to 5, so taking us up to the 1st of March. So this takes us up to when are we? Up to Friday. You see here very similar totals that the GFS was picking up on there. 5 and 6 out towards the east, but dry out towards the west. Second part of the period, day 6 to 10, this is the high building back in, squeezing south. You notice it's a bit of a flip. We've got northern Scotland here seeing 5 or 6 millimetres, but largely dry here, look, right the way up to the 6th, which is when that's taken us up to all that's taken us up to next Wednesday. And then the final period, the 11th to the 15th, this is where the ensemble was trying to pick up on these more unsettling conditions coming through, so we need to treat this with a bit of a pinch of salt, but generally bringing us 6 to 7 millimetres of rain during that period. But still, you see, still dryish. I mean, we're still not seeing huge amounts of rainfall even during that period. So I think dry is the emphasis, still quite cool. We're stuck in this pattern for a while. I just can't see milder air getting in at the moment. It looks like we're just stuck in this cooler spell of weather. So hopefully that's useful for you. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget that we are kept free of charge by the adverts that you see around the screen, and by you coming back, using the adverts, using the site. That's what keeps us free of charge. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for telling your friends about us. And right, I'm off to get a shower. Thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.